I have some thoughts on what it is to be a person. You're a person, I'm a person, we're all persons. And there are 7.8 billion people in the world. That seems like a huge number. There are 330 million people here in the USA. Now that seems big, but let's put it into perspective. I love to walk out and see the stars in the skies, and just there are millions and billions and trillions of stars, and scientists tell us that there are 1 trillion billion stars. I think those are observable stars in our universe. That's huge. And we're only talking about 7.8 billion people. That's tiny. And in Psalms 147:4, we can read that God created the stars and knows the stars by name. 1 trillion billion stars by name. So he knows your name and my name, just 7.8 billion people in the world right now. He knows your name. He knows the hairs of our head and can add and subtract them. And you are a person, I'm a person, we are persons created in the image of God. Actually, that's my first point of 3 in 3 minutes. Ready? That God created every person. And every person is created in the image of God. We see that in Genesis 1, that God created Adam and Eve in his image. That you and I, since Adam and Eve, you and I have eternal souls. We have souls that will live forever. That's part of what it is to be created in the image of God, that we have eternal value in the sight of God, that we belong to his family, to him. We are created persons in the image of God, such that the Father sent his only Son. While we were yet sinners, he sent his Son Jesus to us, because he's saying, I claim them as part of my family. I want them into my family. That person has eternal worth, a person created in the image of God. The second point is, you are a created person in the image of God. Yeah, it's one thing to think about Adam and Eve, think about all of those persons ever created, but you are a person. I am a person with eternal value. Okay, you and I might get up in the morning, look in the mirror and say, oh, needs a lot of work. Or look in the mirror and say, oh, I just don't like looking in the mirror. Or, yeah, not even look in the mirror because you see a person of such low value and a person that you despise in yourself. When God looks at you, he sees a person with eternal value. He sees you and loves you and has given you a capacity to love. That's what a person has created in the image of God, that we have a capacity to be loved and to love. That's you and me. And thirdly, the point is that your neighbor is created in the image of God, created as a person with eternal value. Do you see your neighbor? Do you see your neighbor with that value? Do you see your neighbor near and far with the image of God in her, in him? Even though sometimes our neighbors hurt us, sometimes our neighbors speak poorly about us. I know friends and family members that have been hurt, brutally hurt by neighbors, by those outside of themselves. And it grieves me. I can't imagine how it grieves God to see one of his created persons beat up or hurt. I can't imagine. But every neighbor that we have is a person created in the image of God. Hallelujah. So God created every person, and Second, he created you as a person. And third, created your neighbor as a person. I have a new granddaughter, Addie. She just turned 1 month. And I love getting pictures of her from her parents, my daughter and son-in-law. I love seeing those videos. I love being in FaceTime with them and seeing her alive. I just cherish that little girl, Addie, as God looks at you and cherishes you. You are a person created in the image of God. Hallelujah. God bless you.